What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today's video is the very first episode in the Milsim series that I'm doing for the channel for Armory Forger. So recently the servers have been down, and so I've had time to kind of mess with the AI and kind of get used to how they work. And some really cool things I found is, so if you guys have ever watched Men of War Assault Squad, or any of those type of like aerial RPG military simulation games where you can spawn a bunch of AIs, you can fight it out, and you can decide the outcome of many battles. It's very popular with World War II and for modern futuristic warfare. So you can also do them for Revolutionary, Napoleon, Civil War, all that type of stuff. And one thing I have learned you can do is you can actually do that in this game, sort of. You can place your AI in a base that you design, or however you design them, and they will fight each other, right? They will push towards each other. So now that I know how to do this, I have decided to begin the process of starting a storyline with this. So I'm very excited to just see the outcome of this, and I'm very excited to show you guys what I have designed. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're starting off here with the Russian army, the Soviets. They're going to make their assault here in the front. So there's a little bit of a background with this. So apparently the Soviets in this universe decided that the Evron and the Elon, the other island, I think it's like Erelon or something. They have decided to basically take over these islands for their own purposes. Here we have some FIA, which are the local freedom forces. They have just won a war here, a civil war here not too long ago. You can see by these tank carcasses around the area. There's a pretty big battle that was here a couple years ago. And so these FIA have been slowly but surely building bases around the map and kind of, getting themselves ready for assaults. So these Russians that are pouring in are here to begin the first phases, which is to complete the main island of Alan's air base. So they want control of the air base so they can keep bringing forces in and out. As this series goes on, you're going to see it be more and more bigger scale battles towards like on Everon and stuff. But for the time being, we're going to do a lot of these small battles to kind of get the storyline down pat before the big battles happen. So there is some limitations to the AI. As you can see, I am not able to, I have to sometimes help these AI, like this guy needs to go up a little closer, because for some reason they just don't want to go up on their own. I don't know what that's all about. And we're going to be adding more infantry, but so how we're going to do infantry is you basically got to neutralize the vehicles that are not being used, and so that it gives more resources towards the thing. So you can have only a certain amount of things spawn at a time, but if you destroy stuff and delete it, you actually gain ability to add more stuff. So I'm going to be adding way more infantry. We actually have a lot of FIA right now. We're actually going to move these guys up here to the front so they get a chance to fight. We have some trucks over here full of dudes that have just got dropped off. Now, the FIA is a pretty strong element on the island. There's about 1,000 or so FIA soldiers on the island. They actually have some American helos that were delivered by the United States military. There actually is United States military individuals here. Over here with a little US sign. These guys have dropped off some MREs and ammo and stuff, so they're doing their best to help the FIA kind of get back control of the country that they have been fighting over the last couple of years. And we got a little sniper up here on the little container. Pretty crazy. These Soviets are pushing in pretty good right now. They're trying their best to kind of push forward. Now these Russians had a lot of BTRs. They had about 6 BTRs, I think it was, that I placed when they landed. So they have quite a bit of BTRs. This is a little forward operating base that the Soviets have developed. They got a little helo that they came in on, and then they got a little radio tower with a food and a medical van and a water thing in here. So yeah, and some supplies right here in these crates. It's very cool. Now, this little line of defense that was set up here from the initial battle happened, I think, around a year before this battle's happening. So these little defensive lines have been here for quite a while, but this defensive line is going to prove very useful during this assault. as you guys can see. The FIA are going to have a lot of protection in this area. And if these Soviets don't continue to push up, they're going to end up failing. But obviously the outcome of this battle is the Russians are going to win this. So what we're going to do is we're going to help the Russians as much as possible in terms of capturing this base. This was a surprise attack. The FIA had no idea the Soviets were coming. Throughout the map, there is going to be more battles throughout the area. The next video is probably going to be a battle around here in the military site. Where the Russians kind of get control of an FIA vehicle depot. But yeah, otherwise the FIA are doing their best right now to try to protect the front lines. You can see a lot of these Russians are moving in now. They have seemed to pretty much conquer a lot of the area, the front lines. So we're just gonna help these guys out a little bit. We're gonna move them forward just a tad bit. No, we don't want to do that. I'm still getting used to the AI, so don't mind me. I am still learning how to properly use the AI and move them around. So do not mind me. Let me guys know down below how you guys feel about this. Is this something that you are enjoying? If you are, let me know down below, because I would totally love to do this more. And I think this is a really sick idea for videos, man. I've always been a fan of these type of videos. I really have. Oh my god, he actually got into the BTR, which is pretty cool. So it does appear that the Russians did lose a lot of their BTRs, but unfortunately for the FIA, the Russians just have a lot of reinforcements. I mean, a lot of reinforcements. So the Soviets seem to be attacking the FIA base with around about 2,000 Russian soldiers. So they are just the numbers that these guys have right now is just absolutely mental. You guys can see here that there's going to be a lot of wiggle room for these Russians to kind of use it for protection. We're actually going to turn this a little bit. We're going to make this a makeshift opening so that the Russians can get in. Kind of look like they moved it almost. So all these Russians are kind of organizing right now and trying to, like, you can kind of go around the left-hand side. This dude's out here healing out in the open. That's not the most intelligent move. You can actually see here they're actually attacking these helos, and this is going to prove detrimental towards the FIA. Man, the FIA don't have many helos available anymore. They lost a lot of their civilian helos during the actual war. So these American helos that were delivered, there was 4 of them delivered. These things were kind of crucial, right? They were kind of a very, very important experience or item for the FIA, and unfortunately, they just didn't. They don't get to keep them. They're gonna lose them very quickly. But we're gonna help the FIA out a little bit. We're gonna give them a little bit of infantry just to make this video actually last a little bit longer. We're gonna drop a rifle squad real quick. Those rifle squads should help a little bit with the this defense. Got a little binoculars. The Russians, we're going to give them just a tad bit more vehicles. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that the Russians have the ability to actually conquer this area in a somewhat believable way. These FIA are good soldiers, but they are also not going to be the most insane soldiers. I mean, the FIA are good fighters. They have been fighting in this area for a very long time, but they are also still learning they're learning the realizations of fighting a major third country or first world country forces compared to what they were fighting before, which were basically just revolutionaries in their own their own country, so they kind of knew their enemies relatively well. And these Soviets are also, most of these guys don't understand why they're attacking the country. They're just told that, hey, you guys gotta, we want you guys to attack this country, um, and you know that's pretty much it, man. Figure it out. So here we are. We have lots of Soviets beginning to push. Here we got these 4 armored PKM vehicles. These are going to be the standard armored vehicles for the Russians for the most part throughout the war. These vehicles are very quick, they're very mobile, so they're going to be choosing these a lot to kind of control and kind of deliver forces. And these Russians are doing a really good job pushing in formation, except for this homie right here. This homie, I'm not sure what he's doing. Bam, there we go. Now he's going to move forward. This BTR is up here doing absolute work right now. Now, there is mods coming to Arma in the future, and I will be doing stuff going forward with those as well. And when I do the mods, we'll be able to actually have a lot more. There we go. We'll be doing a lot more cooler vehicle stuff, so definitely get prepared for that as well. We're actually going to help the Russians out a little bit. We're going to destroy that. So it looks like it actually got destroyed. We're also going to destroy that helo. And maybe that helo as well. Oh. There is some limitations, so obviously sometimes we have to do things to make it fit towards the story a little bit more. But I think in the grand scheme of things, it does work a little bit better. Like, I don't know what homie's doing all over here. We're gonna drop a sneaky little RPG dude right here. Maybe he'll take care of that BTR for us. We'll see. Yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of this. Do you guys think this is a cool thing? I personally do. The only thing that sucks about this is obviously you guys have to see the entire Game Master screen. I really wish there was a way for me to turn it off. I believe I could do Arma Vision, but I don't know if Arma Vision works. Arma Vision works a little bit better. So I could probably do that way as well, but for the most part, I feel like this Game Master screen is just better overall. So yeah, the Soviets are doing a really good job here pushing in, but they're getting kind of stuck with these guys right here in this area. They're getting kind of stuck on these dudes, which just shows how good of the FIA is at fighting. I mean, the FIA are known for their, you know, high fire fight, you know, the guerrilla style fighting, and they were quite good at it for the most part. So you can see there's a lot of Russians out here. I mean, a lot of Russians. There's probably about 70 Russians out here on this line, and they are not having a good time right now pushing forward at all. You can see some dead Russians here at this little arsenal building. And they're really just kind of doing what they can here to kind of push forward little by little. Some Russians up here. I'm actually going to add a little bit more Russians just to make this a little more interesting. Yeah, the Soviets did a fantastic job of pushing this. They really did just come out of nowhere with this assault. And so, yeah, so the Americans are here, and so the Americans are trying to do stuff, and so we're actually going to add a few American soldiers to kind of give that illusion that the American soldiers are here. So we're going to do a local patrol team, 2 drivers for each Humvee. And they are not very happy about the Russian assault, and now the Americans are going to try to help the FIA here in the match now. I was going to have them spawned in earlier, but unfortunately, again, with the limitation of troops I had to spawn, I had to wait to spawn them in. So, but they have been here this whole time, and they're with the Humvees over here trying to protect the American goods, and we actually just seen an American get knocked unconscious, which is not good at all. Buddy over here is trying his best to kind of help. his homie out, trying to shoot some of the Russians. But I mean, look at this wall of red. Look at that wall of red just all the way around the front of the base. They took down this BTR. That's kind of huge. We're gonna move this. We're gonna move that guy out. Let him do his thing. Move these guys up. Move these guys up a little bit. Trying to get some of these guys to actually be aggressive for a little bit. Yeah, the AI is a little weird. Sometimes the AI doesn't want to move up. I don't know why it is the way they are, but sometimes they just don't want to move up. It's very strange, and it is not very Sigma, if you ask me. We're actually going to put this guy on this LMG here. I don't know if he'll get on it or not. We see a lot of these Russians moving over here to this tree line, trying to kind of get behind the Americans and the FIA. So neutralize that because they just shot the other bird. This BTR is doing insane work. We're actually going to move him up a little bit so he can get kind of closer to the action. Neutralize those two vehicles. Got some lightning over there, because why not? You see the FIA is doing the best they can. It seems like the other American is dead, it would appear. I don't see him anyway. Is this him? He is dead. So the Russians have now officially killed an American soldier, and the Americans will now be forced to retaliate, in which we'll be seeing a lot in the next video, where the Americans make their official landing on the coastline of probably coastal base Morton on Evron. Well, after military site, so actually probably the third episode. And so the Americans aren't very happy about this, man. I mean, let's not forget, man, Americans don't like when you, you know, touch people, man, that are American, bro. We get kind of salty about that. So we're going to be seeing that later in the series. The Americans kind of retaliate. We're actually going to destroy the... I didn't mean to kill him. So we're going to drop a little bit more troops for the FIA. Just to make this video go just a tad bit longer, we're going to drop a little bit more troops with them. We'll drop a fire team over here. Boom. And we'll do 2 more rifle squads here and here. So obviously the Soviets are going to win this game, but I want to make sure it's as enjoyable as possible for the for you guys. So we'll put these 2 rifle teams, and we got to see now the Russians are really starting to push in together. They really got to take care of this BTR. This BTR's got to go. This FIA BTR is going to be a serious problem. Is there any RPGs? This guy does seem to have an RPG, so yep, he's going to go for that shot. And he just nailed the side of it. He's going to go for that reload, or is he? Yep, he's done. Try to push these guys up a little bit. This one FIA soldier is trying to hold off about 60 Soviets right now. Truly unfortunate. We're going to help him out a little bit. Heal him. Oh. We're actually going to heal him a little bit as well. And yeah, the Russians are killing the last few FIA. We're gonna move this guy out here a little bit. He's gonna die anyway, so at least get him out here so he's able to die in a relatively decent fashion. I mean, look how good the AI is, man. Like, they're actually so good. They actually know how to shoot through the windows and stuff. It's so unique in how they're designed. So they're quite good at just controlling the situation and kind of learning and progressing on their own. There's a lot of Russians just hanging back a little bit. It's kind of annoying, but not something I can really affect. Um, I'll move those guys up a little bit. So what appear once this FIA guy dies, should be the end of this battle. I don't believe there's any more. Oh, there's another one over here. This guy over here is still alive. We're gonna drop him in there. And there you have it, folks. The battle is over. The Soviets have managed to now beat the FIA. We saw a large number of Soviets die in this battle. I mean, they lost pretty much their entire first wave. I had to add a wave of Soviets towards the end there to kind of help them kind of win. And as we should notice, they did kill 2 Americans and they destroyed 2 American Humvees. So America will be back in the future to retaliate. But for the time being, the Russians are now going to storm the island of Alan, or Alan, how to pronounce it. And they're going to now storm it, and they're going to take it over and basically kill all the civilians and take over, call the FIA, and basically make this their own little military island, militaristic island. And so we're going to see that progress to the story. Let me actually heal this guy real quick, because bro is not looking good. And yeah, so this is the outcome. We can go down here actually on the ground real quick, and we can view it from the perspective of someone down there. Stand flags on my way. I'm trying to take control. I hit the wrong button. So we can actually come down here and we can actually look at this. So the FIA flag is still up, but you can see all the dead FIA everywhere, the dead Americans everywhere. And yeah, it was just truly unfortunate. But this is the outcome of war, and you see all these Russians now are here, and so they're gonna be taking over this base, and now they're going to be building this up as their own base. And so maybe we'll see what that looks like in the next video going forward. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this style of video where I just do a Milsim type of scenario and talk about it and watch, we can watch it together and kind of see the outcome, because a lot of these outcomes I don't know of. Like this one, I didn't know the outcome. I was just going to play it and let it play out. For all I know, the FIA maybe could have won the battle. Who knows? But I didn't think so. So yeah, with that being said, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like down below. Let me know if you guys want to see more. What you think I should do more with it. I am kind of limited in what I can and cannot do due to the Game Master on console. But as this thing gets upgraded, we will do more and more crazier battles going forward. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, that being said, I love you guys. You're awesome and of kind. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.